And we are live, baby. You guys know what it is. The American Cholo podcast, the realest podcast in the YouTube yarda, homeboy. And today, it was actually pretty cool today, man. Let me just say what's up, Chingo, man.
What's up, Big Dog?
How we doing, player? ¿Cómo estás, güey? ¿Cómo estás?
The yarda, Big Dog.
Right here. He came to the YouTube yarda. He came and checked in, homie. I'm at Halle today, and I get a text from Chingo, and he's like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" I'm paraphrasing here.
Yeah.
I'm in the area. You know, you want me to pull up today, tomorrow? I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah, bro!" That actually was real cool because it was like I was telling my wife, I was telling the guys at work. I said, "Dude, that's a dope ass feeling, bro." Like, all right, this guy just pulled up. He's
checked in.
Yeah. But no, he's flying from Texas, and then the most beautiful part, he's like, "Hey, I'm doing Adam Carolla's show."
Had to drop that in there.
Yeah. I'm doing the Adam Carolla show.
Yeah, somebody, some dude named Joe Rogan or something like that.
Nothing major, bro.
Something like.
I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do the shows. Can I said, bro, just having my name in the conversation with the guys that you're pulling up on, and you want to come over here, that's a great sign.
Hey, I rushed Adam Carolla. I was like, "Hey, bro, I got American Cholo after this. We gotta go."
Hey,
I was like, "Hey, ya tu pedito, rap."
yeah. Let's run it, fool. Let's run it. Let's get out of here. So what's up, brother? How you doing out here, man?
Great, brother. Got up early, caught the flight, got a show tonight. Another show Saturday.
Where's the show tonight?
Tonight at the Brea Improv. And Saturday at Burbank Flappers Comedy Club.
Oh, Saturday. You know what? I might just
Pull up.
I might just pull up to that one. Do I know some of my family members? We'll figure it out. No, that'd be dope, man. That'd be dope right here. Are you headlining both shows or?
Yeah. It's part of my tour. So we actually kick off the tour today.
Oh, today's the hit.
Yeah. It's the first city of the year.
Okay,
sure.
So how's the tour look as far as dates and places where you're gonna be going?
We got Houston after Brea Burbank, Houston Improv, February 23rd, 24th. And then we're just, we're trying to hit a lot of the cities that we just didn't really hit past couple years. Like we're trying to make sure
they were trying to lynch you, fool.
Nah, right? It's like you were laying low for 4 years, sir. Nah, but like shout out to DC, Atlanta. Like I want to go to Detroit. I want to go to Toledo, Ohio. I'm going to Milwaukee, Chicago, stuff like that. But I'm got to hit Florida. We trying to
expand it a little bit.
Get out there more, because sometimes we skip. We're like, you might. I don't know how hot you are. My wife, she's my manager agent, so she's like, yeah, I don't know how hot you are right now in Atlanta. And so I'm like, damn, bro.
What you mean I ain't popping, homie?
Yeah. I need my wife right now, not my manager.
Oh, so that's how you pretty much make up the ideas of where I'm gonna go. And do you guys reach out to these places? How do you guys do it?
Yeah, so my wife has the connects like throughout over the
years.
Over the years, yeah. This year makes 10 years in stand-up in August. August,
brother, dope.
Cumplo 10. So yeah, we got the connects, and it's a lot of times you're able to deal with one person and they line up like it might be somebody at the Improv and they're just like, okay, hey man, you trying to do Kansas City this year? Boom, boom. Hey, we want to do Milwaukee. Okay, boom, all email and all that.
And then when you do the tours, or let's say like right now, you're gonna go to the Improv, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna go to one of these places. Do you have to rent out these venues? Do you put it in there? Do you get a cut of the booze? Like how does that kind of work?
For us, it's door split. They get a percentage of the door. I don't really touch the liquor at these like all food and beverage. That's theirs. At the comedy clubs, they got a lot of times they're in these big shopping centers. They got a lot of rent. They got a lot of staff, a lot of expenses. But that's mainly how it works in comedy. Back in my rap days, it was like, which I'll still do now if anybody wants to hit me up. But it'll be like deposit and you're back in. Like it's a flat rate guarantee. Like
it's like when you charge somebody for a feature. There's so much for a feature. There's so much for a performance. I'm coming out here.
Yeah,
and that's what they would on the rap thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of rappers, they do like door splits and stuff with like House of Blues or whatever. But mainly when I transitioned into comedy, I noticed that it was no longer like, hey, so what did the promoter say from Wichita? You know what I mean? It was no more of that.
Right.
It was like, hey, you're booked. This is the day. We got to book flights, hotel. You got to be there at this time. You're performing. And then we do our jale at the end.
So you still in the rap game for or what?
I'm in the rap yada big. Yeah, dude. I mean, I've had it on the back burner, but every once in a while, man, I'm like, yo, I gotta get in the booth and
you get the itch.
Yeah, I got some stuff coming out. I think I'm gonna get in the studio while I'm out here too.
Okay, that's what's up, homie.
Yes, Dios quiere.
So what's going on with Texas, man? They're showing the news like it's being overran by everybody and their mama. It's like Texas is with the low key civil war with the Biden administration right now, bro.
Well, there's some good people that we have, like your people, like your Ken Paxton, like people that are like they'll sue the federal government. You know what I mean? Like they'll issue that paper and be like, hey, bro, y'all overstepping y'all's boundaries over here, or y'all not doing XYZ or whatever. But honestly, bro, I think the media and the symbolism of it is bigger than what's actually. I mean, I know there's a lot at stake, but technically it's just one park that the Texas I guess who did he send the not the chips, they sent the Texas.
They sent some kind of law enforcement.
Yeah,
right?
it was like the state troopers, I think.
Okay.
They Governor Abbott sent the state troopers to take over that little park again and just put some barbed wire. But the gates are open over there. You got Arizona.
In other words, they're trying to like get the herd and make the herd go this way. Like when they say the herd, I mean just the amount of people. There's so many people over there.
I just feel like they're putting their thumb on this dam. Because the border's humongous, but it's like symbolic. It's kind of like, hey, we're gonna put our Texas flag right here, and we're calling y'all out, letting y'all know that it looks like y'all doing this on purpose, and y'all y'all not really respecting the agreement we're supposed to have. Like, bro, you're supposed to be protecting our borders and having some kind of control. And I guess Texas is getting tired of it.
Well, yeah, because Texas is one of the biggest state that people go to because I believe it's when you do the caravan thing, it's much closer than coming to California and all that.
Yeah.
So that's the closest border for them. And I personally don't blame Texas, bro, because you can see now the mayors of New York, the mayors of Chicago, they're being overran. They're like, we can't handle this. We can't. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, well, that's another mayor or governor from another state. And he's been telling you this for years. Hey, we can't handle this. So eventually it comes to a point where los quieres, güey, pues ahí te va, carnalito.
Te los mando.
Ahí te los mando, pero ya que no se los mandaron. ¿Qué están haciendo, varones?
I don't want a sanctuary no more, fool. The other morning, I was watching a clip on TV where it was like a community center, like a park, like a rec center, right?
Yes.
And it was in Chicago. I don't know if it was the South Side, but it was all the people from the community and some of the city, like mayoral type of reps. And the people from the city were like, yo, like, we're citizens. We've been here generations. Like, the kids were supposed to come here after school and stay out of trouble, and y'all kicking us out. Y'all replacing us.
Right.
Y'all disrespecting us. And when I had my little what you call it, my little pedo, that the little thing in 2020, right? When they tried to cancel me.
I tried real hard.
Nah, we agreed on a bunch of stuff.
For sure.
But I remember in some of my statements that got spliced up and put out on all the foods pages.
Right.
I literally was saying on my rant, I was saying like, hey, to the black community, keep in mind that they're promising us one thing, like DACA, amnesty, whatever. They're promising us one thing, like y'all gonna be able to work and your TIAC, this and that, driver's license. And I was like, meantime, they're promising y'all like a better wages, less unemployment, economic things. And I was like,
the platinum plan.
Yeah. So I was like, basically, there's gonna be competition. Like, there's gonna be a point where they can't deliver to both of us.
Ooh.
Like, I was trying to say that, but the way people interpret it, they were like, hey, bro, right now there's a lot of tensions in the street, racial, and you got the food, the food vendors, and there's all this stuff boiling in the streets, and you're out here spewing this division, Chingo. You're saying
right.
Division. You're trying to. There's already a lot of beef between certain people, and you're making it worse by saying, hey guys,
right.
be careful because the Dems are lying. They're promising us both stuff.
Well, I always agreed as far as that, as a Dems lying. What it was, Chingo, it is, bro. It was that you're just you're the original guy doing the comedy. You're the original guy with con el sombrero y todo eso. And we felt betrayed. We're like,
I know.
Chingo,
I get it.
But
I totally
to be 100%, you were right, fool. I hate to say it, brother. You were right. Like right now, people ask me, I'm sorry, bro. If I gotta go for weekend at Bernie's or going with Donnie, I'm going with Donnie, fool.
Did you see the breaking news just now, bro? About weekend at Bernie's?
No, what happened?
So apparently, this is breaking news right here on American Cholo. And y'all can go fact check me because I'm just a vato with a fucking cowboy hat. So basically, bro, remember when Biden had documents when he was vice president and he kept them at his garage in Delaware?
Next to the Corvette.
Next to the Corvette where Hunter would go over there, you know what I'm saying? Hit the peepaw real quick. So basically, the Department of Justice, which we already know kind of how they've been behaving, they did a little special report or interview. I don't know when this was. I think I heard it was years ago, and it's just coming out today when Tucker and the Putin interview. So basically, they said when we interviewed Biden, he's just a really nice old guy that forgets and he has a bad memory. Therefore, you can't prosecute him for these crimes. So they're saying he's not all there.
Alzheimer's.
They said he couldn't remember what years he was vice president. They said he couldn't remember certain stuff around his son when his son died.
When they were questioning him, like a deposition or something.
Yeah, so I was eating a burger real quick, like across the street, and I'm on Twitter and I'm looking, and my whole feed, bro, because you know, the people I follow, my whole feed, because I follow people from both sides,
right?
But it was everywhere where they're just like, how is he capable of being president if he's not even?
Well, it was like, which was the one that passed away not too long ago? I don't think it was Boxer, but it was one of these senators that was like original. She's a female senator out here in California. She's the one that she was out of office for like 8 months because she was bedridden at home. She had a lot of complications. And she definitely had issues remembering stuff. And then pretty much...
Was it Diane?
Yeah, Diane Feinstein. There you go. Thank you. Prior to her passing away, like a week or two before her passing away, she gave power of attorney to her daughter. But the crazy part is she was still senator. So people are saying, wait a minute.
Who's senator?
Yeah. How are you giving power of attorney to your daughter? That tells us that you're not capable anymore. And at some point, you're not capable. And to me, that's the disingenuous part of the Democratic Party.
Well, yeah, but nah, bro, that's both parties. That's both parties because that's the thing I was trying to, I try to explain sometimes. It's like the letter, the D and the R, that don't really mean nothing.
No.
Because you got people like Mitch McConnell, you know, Moscow Mitch, you got a lot of traitors on both sides. And the way you described it was like the best, where you're like, they're like compadres behind the scenes. They're at each other's carne asadas, but they're doing their little jale when it comes to the media. Like, it's a bipartisan bill, a.k.a. the GOP don't got no spine, and they get punked by Schumer and these people. So basically, they're both screwing us over.
Yeah. Angel Flores, appreciate that $5 super chat. He said, Chingo, you red-pilled Gil. Look at him now.
Gil was red-pilled before me.
Yeah, that's what they don't. A lot of times they didn't see the stuff I would say. But it's not even red-pilled at this point. To me, I'll still say screw the Republican Party, screw the Democrats. To me, they're both contractors, and they should be fighting for our bid as far as jobs. And right now, I can't support a party that I just saw another one. This was in Canada, but this was what they do here. They got a 50-year-old man that identifies as a girl, a 15-year-old girl. He's on the swimming team, and you guys can Google it. He's on the swimming team of the 15-year-old girls, and he's in their locker room.
How do the fools feel about that? Like anybody that's down with like the fools pages and all that, like. Do they ever chime in on anything? Like they just stay out of something?
No, they kind of do, but a lot of times I think maybe they just listen, it's easier to say F trompito. Yeah. And that's easy. That's the easy route. That's the basic route. But in reality, when you got Snoop Dogg and saying, "Hey, Trump ain't that bad,"
Trump, Mike Tyson, and
Waka Flocka, Killer Mike, Stephen A. Smith,
Meek Mill's been saying some stuff that
everybody at this point is saying.
Cardi B,
you know what, dude? Okay,
Michael Rappaport.
Trump's a dirtbag, bro. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Trompito is Trompito. I mean, he's that dirtbag Theo of yours, but you know what? I'd rather have the dirtbag Theo running the company than the Theo that's falling asleep and can just, ¿Qué pasó, man? Okay, this fool can't run it. So at this point, somebody's got to make a decision, and people are saying, well, I don't want both, but right now, we need something. When you got Biden's ass sitting there talking about, oh, it's Trump's fault, what's going on the border, like...
Who? I mean, people believe that. Like
they do.
I get it in my comments where they're like, Biden's trying to fix the border, but the stupid Republicans won't sign the bill. And I was just like, how much money is for Ukraine in that bill?
It's insane, bro.
They don't know.
It's insane.
They don't know because Telemundo didn't tell.
Yeah, so you have 120 billion plus package, right? That's supposed to be a border package. 60 something billion is going to Ukraine. 14 billion is going to Israel. 10 billion is going to world something, which means the CIA or somebody else, right?
Somebody pocket.
So you got 80 billion going to foreign aid, and you got 20 billion going to the border. That is not a border bill, bro.
Not only that, bro, but the way they're spending the border money, the way they're spending it is, well, look, we need more staff to process more people faster. We need more sandwiches made, no more diapers changed. Y'all got to run to Walmart, HEB for these people. Y'all got to give them they debit card. Y'all got to help get them on these buses. They got the NGOs, Catholic charities. Like, there's a lot of moving parts, bro. There's a lot of people.
It's all a money grab nowadays, bro. And out here, California is a perfect example of that. It's a money grab. You got these nonprofits now that are not nonprofits. They're making money, brother. Maybe on paper they're showing they're nonprofits, but these CEOs are walking away with $500,000. You got people on the boards, $250,000. You know, they're making big money. You can say all day long you're not profit, homie, but you're living in the hills. You're living large. So to them is they don't want you looking into where the money's going. Today, also in New York City, I don't know if you heard about the bust they had. They had a big bust at I think they call it NYCHA. It's their housing development thing, right? Oh. They're one of the biggest, like I guess, projects and all that. They have about 300,000 people in this. Well, they got 70 people. The feds came down and arrested today, all for bribes and everything else. In other words, hey man, I want to build this place over here. Ahí te va poquito. So if you got 70 people in a housing project that they're supposed to run the city, that's corruption at the core, bro. I would think that's something you see back in like the 20s or the 30s. We're in 2024, and that's what's going on in every major liberal city going on. It's happening in the conservative ones as well, don't get me wrong, but what's going on is where I live here in California, bro, it's all for profit.
Oh, Houston got a whole bunch of just flim flam and corruption and same shit.
And I think a lot of like people are turning, especially when you go to New York and Chicago, because those are brothers who are the mayors over there, and now you have is what's him knocking out there? Maybe you have their constituents upset, like, hey, bro, we have all this going on over here. We're hungry. We got people on the street.
All of a sudden, everybody's saying, "Hey, we should put America first." And what does that sound like? You know what I mean?
hey, build back America. That's what what's the name? What Biden came back.
Build back better. Here.
To me, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the country wanting to take care of itself, bro. I don't understand it. And like right now, I saw somebody in the comment, oh, Chingo was all down with the brown. Now he's muy Americano. We're all Americanos, fool. That's why people are risking their lives coming from Venezuela, coming from China, coming from Africa, coming from Haiti to do this crazy migration trip through all these countries, coming to America to live.
Yeah. I think when people make those comments, it's because my music and my art and everything was like so over the top Mexican. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, we could still love our roots and where our families come from. But right now we're talking about addressing common sense stuff that affects us every day. Like I got daughters, right. You know what I mean? Like you got to pay it. You don't just send your kids to whatever public school. You know what I mean? Like you have to kind of look into it these days. Why? Because America fell off in many categories. Yes. Like we're getting our butt whooped. Like we're sending so much money overseas. That's why like the bickering amongst like, and sometimes in the YouTube yada carnal, it happens. It's the YouTube yada, right?
That's what happens.
We're not gonna agree on everything. Everybody has their own perspective, but I believe, you know, for the most part, everybody wants the same stuff. And I had a conversation with a couple that approached me at my buddy's restaurant, and they were like, "Hey, man, you know, we still back you. We got your back, but you know, it hurt, man. It hurt." And we got to talking, and I basically said this. I said, look, let me just describe real quick of what I kind of would like, and I'm pretty sure you'd agree on most of it. Like, we just want safe communities.
Yes.
I would like for, for you, sir, to be the only one that works. I don't know if she works, but she should be able to stay home. Like, the dollar should be strong. We're supposed to be the best country, and I don't want your sons to go to war. I don't want y'all stressing over war. You know, I was just naming very basic stuff. I said, however, on the back of an envelope, I had to kind of assess the information that I had. I had to kind of look at, like, okay, what are these people up to? What's up with this laptop? You know what I mean? And so who's cool with China? Who ain't? Like, who's gonna check them and put tariffs? Who's actually warning us about what could be coming through the border? Like, who's talking about whatever, right? I said, basically, my calculations led me to the other old white guy, and I had to make a choice because we only had these two choices.
But one thing they can't say is you have backbone, fool. You had major backbone, and right now, if you were a real douche, you could be like, yeah, I told you guys, I told you. But you know what I'm saying? You could have been that, but you had backbone, and even when you and I first got at each other, we spoke. Bro, we on the phone, you gave me the number, we had a great conversation off the top, and I was like, dude, I respect this, but it was like anything else. Everybody, we were just all hurt a little bit, bro. But I think most people have gotten over it because they started seeing their like myself, I see my bank balance getting lower and lower, and I just can't seem to, you know, before even with the, it was good, bro. I could still go to dinner, do this, and it was.
I was working. I was so busy working, like I didn't have time to pay attention to politics.
Yeah, but the thing is, nowadays we're working, but the money ain't stacking like it used to, bro. With inflation the way it is, it's just not.
I heard some statistics. I need to memorize them, but it was like, it was something insane. Y'all can look it up. It was like 60% of Americans are living check to check.
Yes.
Like basically 44% have less than $1,000 in savings. 24% have zero savings.
Yeah.
So it's like huge chunks of the country, and people like Gil, myself, you know, people out there that have a platform and would like to discuss these things. Sometimes we have to fight through the negativity and all the arrows.
Absolutely,
the arrows are going to get thrown at you while you're withstanding it, when you're just really trying to like ring the alarm and say, hey, y'all, it don't have to be like this. These other countries got way cleaner subways. Like, you see footage from some of these other countries, bro.
El Salvador,
El Salvador,
perfect example.
Like zero murders, you know, and
they went from the murder capital to the one of the safest cities in the world.
They say it's gonna be the like tourism attraction of the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, well, you have to pick a side, dude. You're either gonna pick the side of Mad Max or you're gonna pick the side of civil society, bro. And Democrats at the core, I believe in their message, bro. So the message that they at least put out there, you know, that they want what we want. They fight for the minorities. They fight for the small people. They fight California without the rest of the country. California, it's its own country, bro. We have the money to do whatever we want. With the amount of money they spent on the unhoused, as they call them now, right? as the money they spent on the tweakers out here, bro. They're the unsober. I'm sorry. The unsober. Fool.
Oh, that's what they say.
That's my new one.
Okay, go ahead. I remember. I saw that clip. You made it up.
Karen Bass. The unsober is a new phrase we'll be using in American Cholo because we are woke here. So the amount of money that they have spent on the unsober in California could have bought a house for every single blue collar worker out there, bro. $18 billion, carnal. That is insane amount of money,
bro. They're disrespecting the American backbone, the workers,
the taxpayer, bro.
The taxpayers, like what Bukele said, because he just won in a landslide. He said all we did was put the rights of the honest citizen over the terroristic criminal.
Yes.
He's like, that's all we did.
And it worked.
Y se limpió todo, like San Francisco when she came to visit.
Yeah. Oh, there, exactly, bro. Oh, he's coming. Let's clean the room.
Y ahora Oakland, pobrecitos, like no in and out. They done had to shut down everything.
In and outs are leaving. Targets are leaving. Macy's are leaving. All these places are leaving. And now all of a sudden, oh, we're gonna put money back into this. No, the thing is, you let Pandora's box open by letting everybody act a fool. To me, it was everything pretty much after the BLM movements, and to me, again, BLM is like the Democratic Party. On paper, it looks great. Black Lives Matter. We're here for police brutality. But at the end, what they did, and I saw it when I was looking at the at the first, that was the one that kicked it off. That's the kicked off the whole American yard of riots, bro, was Santa Monica. I'm watching this. I'm sitting at home with my wife, and I'm like, if these jackasses do not stop these fools from looting, it's gonna kick off. And what does the mayor do? He tells the police to stand down. That was the dumbest thing they could have done, bro. What were they doing? They just started going in there, and you got cops just watching people steal. What does that tell the rest of the country? Hey, bro, it's a free-for-all. And the liberals let the country burn down just so they get Trompito out and they get fucking the old man in,
and they can present their options, you know, like they did with the whole border issue. They let it get so bad where like the amount of kids that they're losing. Do you remember it was like 15,000 Haitians under a bridge, and there was drone footage that leaked. It was in like Eagle Pass or Del Rio.
Yeah.
And from what I heard it somewhere on a podcast, but basically Biden was like, hey, bro, y'all can't be having no 15,000 people scenery. That is not good for me.
Right.
And then they're like, well, sir, the reason there was a crowd is because we're DNA testing is 90 seconds to swab the child, swab the adult, and in 90 seconds you have a result. He's like, okay, we'll cut that 90 seconds. They stopped DNA testing because they don't want the optics, the bad optics. Yeah. So now a child trafficker can literally just go pick up a kid, sign off as a sponsor, and they done lost 100,000 of them, and now there's nothing there as a safeguard to protect the kid.
Yeah. That's the thing with them. They're so afraid of what people might think. This optic looks bad. If Bukali from El Salvador was worried about what they would think, he would have never cleaned up his town, bro. Yeah. And when other governments or other countries, especially the U.S., were criticizing him and telling him, "Oh, you're inhumane, what you're doing." Si los quieres, pues llévatelos. He was telling them straight up.
Te los mando dos por uno.
Te los mando dos por uno. Yeah. You want them? Here you go. Yeah. In other words, you want to criticize everything I'm doing, but he didn't even say, "Look at your state, look at your country, look at your states." People come to L.A., bro. And they're like, dude, what happened in Los Angeles? You drove out here. You got speakers, you got boxes, you got homeless everywhere. The quality of life for people in California and the quality of life for people in the United States is going down the drains, bro.
Hey, bro, have you heard there was a law that Newsom put in, and it was called like the Safe Streets Act or something like that? And it was basically something that said, hey, we don't want, sex workers and prostitutes. We don't want the small percentage of trans prostitutes
and Latinas and minorities
to get discriminated or harassed or anything by the law enforcement. Therefore, we're going to decriminalize prostitution. So now the consequences, the actual consequences is in San Diego. The nearby businesses around where the stroll, you know what I mean?
The whole stroll,
track, right on the
blade,
track.
the blade.
The fig of SD. These people, like the pimps, are threatening the business people. The females, the prostitutes are going into businesses. What you staring at? I'm gonna get my pimp on you. And then the business owners are scared to call the cops because they're scared of the retaliation of the pimps. So this whole Safe Streets Act or whatever, it should be called like Empowering the Pimps Act. And they always put a name. They always put a name like
the border
inflation reduction.
There you go.
Or the border protection bill. They just name it some shit,
bro. That and these are the things. Like I'm looking at this when they had that up there, and I'm like, what the hell are they? Who's thinking of this, bro? Who is thinking? And what the law was, they got rid of loitering.
That's
exactly what it was. They got rid of loitering. I have a co-worker that's one of my family members' co-workers. They live in a certain area, and they're like, and not even in Los Angeles, bro. They had to move because they say literally when they're driving to their house, they got G-strings walking up, and they have to drive. They're looking out the window, bro, and it's just.
And you got kids, man,
and you can't do anything about it.
Like
that's the insanity that pisses me off when we're talking to somebody talking about policy, and what they'll do, they'll divert. Oh, like some jackass in the comment section. Oh, Chingo's whitewashing. No, wait a minute.
I don't care.
No,
homie, you call me what you want.
Homie. No, they tell me the same thing. All of a sudden, wanting a clean place for your family to be,
Not
wanting good
seeing,
streets.
not seeing culo on the way to dropping your kids off to kinder.
That's whitewash. So what? Gangsters? Oh, then let's do it, homie. Let's go smoke crack and have all the homies. No, at some point you want to grow up and you want to elevate as people, and that's I think what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, your kids deserve it. Your city deserves it. You know, America deserves it. It's just a matter of like. The way I would always describe it when I do my Red Pill Tamales podcast is like this is just like big homie shit. Like if I want to be on some crash dummy stuff, then I'll be like I call shit lame. And I was a little boy before. Like I was ratchet. I was in my 20s already. So it's easy to not really know what's going on and just say stuff. But now it's like, nah, man, there's a lot at stake. Like they're screwing us over.
Yes.
And what really makes me upset is the next generation, bro. Like I know my parents didn't immigrate here for their granddaughters to have to, you know what I mean, see some raggedy stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be America, yo.
Yeah, seeking harmony. What you're singing is dumb information. Miguel is the type to call immigration on his undocumented neighbor. No, you pendejo. I'm the type that works with a bunch of undocumented people because I've been working construction. I'm a blue collar worker since 1999, homie, structural concrete, right? And I have yet, anytime I go to job sites, I talk to other raza. Hey, they know because I'm one of the jefes there. You don't really see a brown guy, being one of the bosses there. I talk to everybody, bro, and I have these kind of conversations. That, hey, ¿qué onda con la frontera? ¿Qué creen? No, se están pasando. Not one single undocumented person has told me, oh, yes, they have. No, dude, they know it's insane out there, bro. And it's just us. We got to call it out. I'm not going to sit here and just, oh, yeah, they got to let them all in. Nah, bro, there's a process, and the process right now is broken, homeboy.
No, es un pinche desmadre, un cagadero. That's what it is, bro, unfortunately.
So, I want to switch it up a little bit. We're saving the conversation. Officer Tatum, homeboy.
Okay,
I'm going to make a video on Officer Tatum today. I got to bang on Officer Tatum. I'm sorry, Officer Tatum. So I know you know who he is.
Yeah,
right?
I follow him.
So for people who don't follow him and don't know, he's a African American commentator. He's a former police officer. He does a lot of right wing, reactions and all kind of stuff. And for the most part, I definitely dig his show. I dig his stuff. I don't always agree with him, but as a man, I can.
Yeah, same.
But today, in the morning, I'm driving and I see one of his things pop up, and I said, "Oh, let me check it out." It's like a 5-minute video. He was talking about Stephen A. Smith, right? And Stephen A. Smith is one of the, everybody knows he's the commentator for sports, but he always every once in a while throws his hat in the ring and speaks politics. And he was speaking about how the African American community has 15%, voted 15% for Donald Trump in the last election, that he believes is going to be more like 20% this time. And the whole spill was about how he's kind of going that route, right? Officer Tatum, while speaking about it, made a comment that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I feel a little disrespected about it, bro. Stephen A. Smith said, so to all my brothers out there, man, be aware, stop just voting a certain way, you know what they're doing, my brothers, to my Latino brothers as well, man, we're on the fight together, yada, yada. And then Tatum goes and says, I don't even know why he said that. I don't even know why he got to bring up the Latinos. I don't understand why brothers got to bring up the Latinos. The Latinos don't ever bring us up, so on and so forth. Which is not true, but the difference is this. We as Latinos do not have these big platforms. We as Latinos do not have these big voices. So Stephen A. Smith, being the gentleman that he is, and knowing that we are in the same fight, and that if Latinos do not vote the way that brothers vote, the vote's gonna flip, homie. So to me, what I took offense to was saying, Officer Tatum, wait a minute. In other words, so what you're saying, Officer Tatum, is that Latinos shouldn't watch your show because your show is all pro-black now? And that just makes me feel like with the New York, you saw the New York mayor out there sometime this week, and there was at a conference, and he had all his staff and all the people. And they were all brothers, bro. Brothers and sisters. There was a good 20 to 30 there, right? And he was in front of the crowd, and he says, look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Look at all this chocolate in the room. It's great, brother. But think about this. Could you imagine having, let's say Gil was the mayor of Los Angeles, and all I had in the back was all raza, and I said, miren, pura raza aquí. Yeah. They're going to come after me, bro. Yeah. But to me, that's just an eye-opener that tells you, everybody seems to just want our vote, want us to buy stuff, want us to be the consumers, but when it comes to anything, cállense cabrones. And I just didn't like that. What do you think about that?
Well, when I saw a clip from Stephen A. Smith, what I was tripping on, how Stephen A. Smith was like, how we come up with 53 million for the migrants. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, you're super Democrat, you're super left wing, you know what they stand for. They literally got on a podium the day, like throughout the debates, where it's who we are. I'm trying to surge the border. And there's the orange man with this racist wall, you know, and everybody bought it. And so basically, Stephen A. Smith, he even, at the end of his rant, saying, how y'all gonna come up with 53 million when you got Americans out here who built this country? And then he's like, but you know, Trump ain't the, like, he still had TDS, right. And he threw in like he threw Orange Man up under the bus, and I was just like, you were so close, like you were right there.
They're scared to pull the trigger.
It's like he was piecing the puzzle together, like, oh, I see what they're full of shit. They're corrupt. Yes, oh, they're stealing money. You know what I mean?
But what do you think about Tatum pretty much saying, why do you got to bring up the Latinos? I mean, to me, aren't we your audience, Tatum?
Well, yeah, I'm surprised he said that. He must have forgot, like, what being American or America First really is. Obviously, like, he's one of the, I think, co-founders of Blexit, and I know he heard he heard of Jesse and Lexit. Yes. Like, I know he sees people from all demographics and age groups slowly saying, you know what, I think this guy has some solutions.
Right.
So I feel like maybe at the time, maybe Tatum, like, got sucked into the narrative, meaning like the type of combos you sometimes see in the YouTube yada or mainly in comments.
Maybe in the moment.
Yeah, because being from Texas, bro, like when a lot of Texas Latino rappers would come out here, we noticed how it wasn't always as harmonious amongst different races in the game.
For sure.
So they would trip out on us because some of my friends would say the N-word. Some had braids. So, you know, we all had grills, different people from different neighborhoods, and Houston's totally different. Texas is totally different than, you know, especially than out here in many ways. And it just, what Tatum said, it reminds me of that, like that idea that we're supposed to be separate and we really don't have a lot in common.
Yeah, well, that's what kind of threw me off, because it's like, man, don't you want some of us in the same fight as you, like pushing the same way? And then he caught himself and he was like, oh, well, let's go back to, but it kind of, to me, it kind of open up the currents a little bit into the thought process, you know. And like I said,
bang on that fool.
Yeah, I got bang. Even though I like him, but I still got to bang on Tatum, homie.
That's you just got to lead with like, hey, con todo respeto, Officer Tatum.
Con todo respeto, and then go in on him, right? That's how you do it.
Pasaste.
Hey, wait, what do you think about Tucker? His interviews dropping today at 6:30, homie. I was gonna drop yours and ours, but I don't want to take his. I don't want to take his shine.
We don't want to mess up, you know, what he got to say.
He got a big interview, homie. He got Vladimir Putin, homie.
You know what's most telling to me about it is how the media is reacting.
Right.
Like they're losing their shit. Like they brought Hillary out and they're like, go. And she's like, Tucker Carlson, that guy. I mean, didn't he get fired? Who even? And it's like, think of it this way. I had this thought. I might have been a little high earlier. If there was some pleito, there was some beef between like two turfs, two hoods, two gangs, or anything, two record labels, like pick your poison, right?
Right.
Let's just say it's on some street shit. You got this gang, this block, and this gang, this block. Apparently they're at war. Why would we only hear from one guy from one side? Wouldn't people be like, hold on, so there's beef, right? Yeah, there's beef. Okay, well, what does the other guy and their people have to say? What? What do you mean?
Yes,
that's trippy, bro.
I think what they fear more is the truth that may come out of Vladimir Putin. And Vladimir Putin is a very intelligent guy. He knows what he's doing, but Tucker Carlson as well. Tucker Carlson's a pro at this, bro. And if it was any way around, they would do the same thing, bro. They would do that interview if it was some other way around. But right now, they just don't want it because they don't want people to go more against Ukraine than what it is. Because right now, you tell 100 Americans. Hey man, should we go? They're like, Ukraine?
Bro, they forgot about Maui. They forgot about Ohio,
true.
East Palestine, Ohio. And
nobody's even talking about Maui.
no, like when you look at the statistics, like 223 like million a month is what, or something like that, we've been sending on average over there, and they're pocketing it. And what they don't want to find out is that Zelensky in Ukraine, he like canceled elections, he like jailed his opposition, he shut down churches. Like, I trip out on history when I go back and read up on some things like what Stalin, how they starved people, like different revolutions throughout history.
Right.
And when people, I don't know what Putin has to say, because I mean he's a gangster too. He was ex-KGB and all that, but he was probably gonna be like, look, bro. This is the Russian-speaking side of Ukraine. They had a whole bunch of Nazis over there. They had a whole bunch of bio labs making God knows what. And I'm not an expert on what they got going on, but I do know that Russia, we're pushing them closer to China. Russia's economy getting stronger. Russia just started slanging, more oil and cheap gas to Western Europe.
Well, they got Germany by the balls.
Mm-hmm.
And
Trumpito tried to warn people.
Trumpito told them, "What are you guys doing? How are you guys gonna let Russia give you? They're gonna have you by the balls, pretty much." And they laughed at him, bro. That was at one of the big summits.
And that's why we need to drill, bro. That's one of the things that like I pay attention to, which is like, for your country to be secure, you got to have that economy. For you to have that economy and security, national security, you got to have that gas on deck, petroleum on deck. You got to have your reserve full. Like where we live, we get hurricanes. Our grid is crappy. There's a freeze. We don't know if we're going to be out of power or something. So you got to have your generators. You got to have your gas. You got to, every time there's a tropical storm, it's not the storm itself. You worried about flooding. You worried about your power being out. So what do you do for your family?
Right.
I got spare food. Like, I got beef in the freezer. Well, if the freezer goes out, I got the backup generator. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't a country have cameras and fences? And why wouldn't a country know who's coming and going and what you got, who you down with?
And see, and that I respect, because this is what a lot of people don't see, bro. You don't need to be saying that. You could sit there and simply be the same old Chingo Bling. Never talk about politics. Never mess with your bottom dollar. Never mess with your image. You have a good living, a nice house, married with kids, all your stuff's going good. You don't need none of that, but you're doing it because you care and you got a platform.
That's true, bro. I really do care.
Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't say shit, bro. You'd be like a lot of these liberals, either like what is it, Giuliano? What's his name? I always forget his name. John.
Oh yeah, John Leguizamo.
Him, there. You got all those super woke people, but this is what I tell people: those people don't live in our world, bro.
Nah, they got private security.
Yeah, they got private security. They got millions of dollars. If gas prices go to $8, they don't care. If inflation goes to 12%, they don't feel it. So it's easy to say, "Oh, he's doing a great job." But you talk to Middle America, no, bro, we feeling it.
I'm concerned with, can I have ammo? Can I have guns? And you not gonna trip on me? Like, can I say what I want? Do we have free speech? Right. You know what I mean? Like Fourth Amendment, like all these, just the Constitution. Where's this country headed? And I appreciate you saying that and reminding me that, like, you're right. I enjoy this stuff. Like, this is super cool to, be on here with the homie. But also, like, yeah, I think it's important, and I do care. Sometimes I might care too much. Right. And I try to, like, just sometimes I don't get on Twitter for a couple of days, or I try not to get triggered by these comments or whatever. But because I just got my old YouTube back. So fools that didn't get a chance to unsubscribe, like I'm popping back up. So they're like, here you go. I'm like, you're still mad, bro? Like, what did I do?
Yeah, dude. Some people are still mad. Some people get upset at me. Like some of my IG, oh man, this is the
don't platform this.
Yeah. But you know what? It's easy to just follow the same old rhetoric when that obviously hasn't gotten us in a good place, brother.
I think hopefully, God willing, things don't get so bad to the point where everybody is required to, like, kind of do or say something. Because I remember when Latino Hollywood had a lot to say, during the previous administration about every silver foil blanket, every child ripped out of the arms of their mom, allegedly. Every AOC in her white suit crying with the camera people. Now, I haven't heard a peep from Latino Hollywood saying anything like, wait, are there 100,000 kids? How many kids are lost?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Or what's up with the human trafficking? Or what's happening to these people along the way?
Talking about that, the Epstein file, isn't it amazing how there was so many Hollywood elites in there? And then, why are you guys talking about this? Like, what do you mean? Dude, this is a island that was notorious for
Nothing happened. Nobody got...
Yeah, dude. No, it's like, well, this person killed himself, quote unquote, and then she got found guilty, and
none of the clients.
That's the America we live in. It's they'll say they're about doing the right thing and they're taking care of us, and they simply don't, bro. But before I forget about the topic, back to Tucker Carlson and Vladimir Putin, right? I think Vladimir Putin's gonna lay out the case, and the case is this: it's in history, bro. Ukraine was never supposed to join NATO. Ukraine was never even supposed to try to attempt to join NATO. That was from the 90s. I don't know. I forgot what the accord was. They did the deal with where it was a former Soviet Union, it was Russia, the United States, and I forgot who else signed the deal where no more countries will join NATO after this. And America kept pushing. Vladimir Putin told them about 10 years ago when I think he invaded Georgia, stop saying you're going to join. In other words, where people don't get it, Russia's right here. This is the hood, and this is the enemy hood. They told them, don't make it. Now, Ukraine is right here, bro.
Surrounded.
Ukraine is right here. Do you think America will let Mexico join the Russian Federation or something to do? No, they would say, hell no, bro, you're not, because the minute you make that NATO, guess what? You got weapons right at the doorstep of Russia, bro. We would never let them do that. But it's people, oh, you're going to, I'm not going to Russia's side. I understand that if I'm a leader of a country, I'm not letting this happen, homie.
And not to mention the poor people of Ukraine, like a whole generation of men wiped out. Like they're grabbing fools that are like my age. Like I'm not
viejos, güey. I saw that yesterday on ABC Nightly News. Right now, they are having such a hard time filling their army. Their armies are 50 plus is the average age. So I looked at it. I said, damn, it's like one of those old World War II movies.
They sent all them people off to die because they never had a chance. However, American politicians, as soon as this administration got in, it was back to business as usual. They're like, hey, bro,
get the war machine going.
We got to get this money. Like, you got to have your military contracts, the military industrial complex.
People don't get that, bro.
War is back. That is one thing that when I did my little rants 4 years ago, I would say stuff like, look, no new wars. These people, you already know they're going to set it off as soon as they get back in. They're going to deplete our oil. They already said they're super trying to be green, which is BS.
Right.
That whole thing is just give the government more money and we'll promise to control the weather. That dog is not going to hunt. But like, war, bro, come on, son.
Yeah, it's the big money maker, bro.
We gotta get a little bit more peace. And that's what I tell people too. I was like, man, look, I just voted for cheap gas and some peace. Right. Nobody wanted smoke.
A lot of people don't know also that prior to the Ukraine war, he had Ukraine with a bunch of troops out there, and those troops were to warn you, hey, bro, we're gonna get it on if you fools don't do it. They had a deal where they were, and I'm not sure what the exact deal was. They had a deal where they were going to sit down and negotiate. America said, no, you're not negotiating shit. Exactly. America wanted the war, but America was doing this.
They need more money. And no, they're almost. They would hop on TV and tell the American people, like, y'all need to get behind this, and because they're this close to winning. And if y'all don't send this money, then Ukraine's not going to beat the evil, bad Russia and Putin. And then Putin's going to keep, they're going to move into Poland. They're going to start taking more and more countries.
Hitler.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to sell, bro. Oh, you're going to have our kids go over there and fight. No, we don't need to be over there, bro.
It's none of our business. We're over there defending the wrong borders, bro. Like the Marines that just got killed, they were rest in peace. They were defending, they had them over there in harm's way between Syria and Jordan. Because America, it's almost like as if America's leaving our troops out there like bait. Like here go, they leave you out there stranded, and hoping. I'm all right. I'm assuming it seems like hoping for some shit to pop off so they can keep war going.
Well, yeah, but the thing is also that America is a bully that doesn't want to get down with the other big homie, because straight up, America will push Iraq right now. They shot up Iraq. They shot up Syria. They shot. You know, it's all coming from Iran, fool.
Yeah.
You know it's
and we just gave them money.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 billion or 50 billion.
I thought it was 60 billion or something.
Nothing major. Nothing major. But yeah, America will not get down with another big homie. They won't get down with Russia. They'll send Ukraine. And
proxy wars.
That's exactly what we're doing, bro. But proxy wars are depleting our system, bro. That's why inflation is so high. That's why other countries are like, dude, you guys ain't who you used to be. And other countries are looking at us and knowing that it's almost like the jig is up, fool.
Yeah.
And they're hoping.
They're all trying to get off the dollar. They don't want to get stuck holding the U.S. bonds. So America keeps, the Federal Reserve keeps printing printing more money.
Yes.
They keep coming up with more programs like these Venezuelan cats they got in New York. That might be city or state money, but they're getting 3 meals a day in the Roosevelt Hotel. So un pelado, they lo entrevistaron. They say, hey, bro, how long you been at the Roosevelt? He's like 7 months. He's like, okay, so every day, that's an expensive hotel, especially in New York City. So every day, taxpayers, just for one person, calculale, how much is it to feed this gentleman who's a homeless foreigner, an unhoused foreigner,
bro?
Many good people, not all criminals, I presume. Some of them are on mopeds. They went on a crime spree.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, brother.
Because you ever seen like the movies that are based in about like Escobar or anything you see in Colombia, narco type stuff?
Right.
They're on the back of a thing and they got the little helmet. So I already knew. I was like, bro, Maduro over there in Venezuela, he's just going to siphon in some money, fund these gangs. They start to metastasize like a tumor. Now you got a gang in Florida, a gang in Jersey, gang in New York, gang in Houston. You got street turfs. You got different people that got black market type of stuff going on. Now they're going to start banging heads. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's nuts, bro. Hey, Chris, put the number up there. We're going to get some phone calls with Chingo Bling.
It had to be like this.
No, it doesn't, bro. But if people, it baffles me how people can't see what's going on in front of their face. Yeah, bro. Like, come on.
Peep game.
Look what's going on in our cities, and it's one excuse after another. One excuse after another. I'm like with all the stuff with the graphic books in elementary school. I've seen those. I've ordered them.
My wife too. Because she likes to talk about it on her podcast, and she'll order them, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? She's like, I'm gonna tell the moms out there what this filth.
No, well, I read one of the passages in the book on my YouTube channel. It got flagged.
Of course,
it got flagged and became 21 and over. I said, wait a minute. This book says that it's for 5-year-olds.
Exactly.
But you're flagging me to read it on YouTube?
Like, it would blow people's mind if you told them, like, bro, you got some mañosos out there. You got a lot of evil people that are trying to get at your kids and infiltrate your educational system. They want to destroy this country, bro. Like, I tell my dad this too about Mexico, because I be trying to red pill him. I be trying to red pill him, and one of the things I want to tell him is this, like, Dad, remember how you grew up? Las costumbres, las tradiciones, like, there's church, there's just some kind of conservative. There's traditions, right? I was like, imagine going back to visit your homeland and you don't recognize it. I was like, that'd be a shame, right? I was like, well, the country my daughters might grow up in is probably not going to be the same country I grew up in.
Right. Hey, Seeking Harmony, why don't you come over here so I can beat you up real quick on the phone call, carnal? He said, I'm going to call in. I got a lot to get off my chest, homie. There's another jackass who said, Gil, why don't you leave Cali and go to Texas? Nah, homie, this is my hometown, carnal. If I used to fight for my hood and almost kill and die for my hood, you think I'm not going to fight for my neighborhood now? But now I know what the power is. The power ain't in the gun, homie. The power's in the pen.
Already.
The power's in the mic, playboy. Already. But this is one thing, too, that makes me laugh. Like all the chingones in the comment section that, hey, you what? Make the phone call, homie. Mm-hmm. Make the phone call. Let's have the conversation. But it's hard for them to have the conversation because they've really got nothing to stand on. It's a slippery.
Just emotion.
It's emotion, bro. It's emotion.
And for him to say move to Texas, bro, Texas is getting bluer by the day.
Yeah, fool.
And you know, not to mention the shenanigans, like in Harris County when it was like voting time. De casualidad, oh, in the Republican areas, there's no more paper. I'm sorry, come back later. You know, like hay una gente, like there's some people that we got in our local politics that like crooked as a roach leg.
Oh, for sure, bro. Right here, they were talking about it yesterday. I need to make a clip on this guy. What's his name? He ended up getting 13 years, a city council guy here. They just gave him 13 years fooling the feds. He took over $2 million in bribes.
Wow.
Was taking all kind of trips, and he finally got caught. That they would come to his office with like those bottles, the tequila bottles.
Con feria.
See, they showed it at trial. 100 racks here.
Wow.
Like, bro, like this one was getting broke. He's the one that let them get the permit to build that skyscraper with all the graffiti to top it off.
Wow.
He's the one, and I know his kind because I've been in meetings where they have the meetings for you're about to start a job, right? And once everybody gets their I think it's LOI, letter of intent. All right, you in other words, you got this job. Here's your letter of intent. We would also ask they do it. This is the legal loophole. We would also ask every single one of the contractors here to please note here is the council person for this district, and could you guys please donate the max amount into his campaign?
Wow.
That's what they do, bro. That's how, because that's how you get a place that used to be rated, or I think they call it like R zone or some other zones where no, here you can only do housing for people. Well, we'll rezone it, and now I can do building where it's apartments at the bottom and business at the bottom. That's what all these dirtbags do. And it's a big hustle, but we're gonna try to expose it more and more, especially in LA. All right, people, let's see what you got. Why does AC talk so much trash about homies and gangs and the lifestyle, but continues to compare these countries to gang? Listen, fool, I talk shit about you because all you do is make some dumbass comments without any kind of context, fool. When do I talk shit about it? So to me saying that being a tecato and living in the street, I'm supposed to say, oh, that's a good thing, son. You should do that.
Otherwise, you're a sellout. Move to Texas.
Yeah, fool. Oh, we got to keep it real, homie. Nah, homie. Keeping it real is telling my little homie, get off the block and stop killing each other, homie. That's keeping it real. All this shit, pinche ways. That fool's probably like 50 years old, living at home with his mama. Fool talking about, he's triple OG, where I forgot what that movie, Don't Drink Your Juice in South Central. It was and it had triple OG on the porch, and his mama said, what's his name? That's that fool, homie. Let's see. Let's get some of the comments in here, Chris.
I wonder if that fool would vote for Newsom again.
You know, in the majority, these fools don't even vote, bro.
Okay, they just like to say stuff.
Actually, hold on. I did have some calls. I don't know if I have it on no ring or whatnot. Let me see.
Man, y'all almost were able to recall Newsom.
I think some went down. I don't know what the hell that was about, bro. But yeah, Newsom ain't going. Newsom, Gascon. It's just people here in California are so just used to voting blue, bro.
Blue no matter who.
Blue, yeah, it doesn't matter, and we've never really.
That's how I was. That's how I used to be.
We never really do our homework to see what's going on. All right, caller, who's this?
Hey, what up? This is P-Dog. What's up?
What's up, P-Dog? Talk to us. Turn up a little bit, Chris.
I was just going to say, I was thinking, isn't it just as important, if not maybe more important, for us here in the state of California or whatever state you are Trump, being president as one thing, but it's probably just as important for us to focus on who the governor
more important
of our state.
It's more important in California. Yeah, it's 100% more important in California, and that's why I always say when people say, oh well this and that, I'm like, dude, I'm talking about a lot of times I just talk California politics because California, we are our own country, we have our own economy, we don't need the feds, we pass our own gun laws, we pass all our own stuff, bro. We are our own country, but unfortunately California is ran by people who are either living in la la land or just corrupt, because think about it, these are educated people that have some of the best educations that America can buy, that money can buy, and they're the same people that would say, let's get rid of loitering laws. That makes no sense, fool. Let's make it where instead of $300, over $300, whatever, you get a felony for stealing at a store, let's make it $1,000, and let's make it where you can come every day and steal from the store and we still don't make it a felony. That is a recipe for destruction, bro.
Yeah.
So it just
every time I vote, I've always been, I'm in my mid 30s, and since I've been like 18, I've always voted. I haven't been paying attention recently. I'm kind of busy with a bunch of other shit, but isn't state elections coming up?
Yeah, we've got some elections in March out here in California, and I'll go through the process of what's on those ballots, and then we have the big one this year is November. Dude, the November elections. That's governor, president, everything. This year is the big election in every city, state, and across the country.
Who's the biggest Republican right now running for California?
Oh God, what's his name? I can't even think of his name, but he's got no chance of winning. It's sad, bro.
Is it a Moreno?
There's a Moreno. You got. I think Larry Elders is back in there. You got a couple, but it's just, dude, it's so hard. Like right now, the senator that's running is Steve Garvey or Steve Harvey,
against Schiff.
Against Schiff, the baseball player.
I saw a commercial today, and
yeah, you're in California.
And Schiff's commercial was basically like, meanwhile, Garvey, he's a Republican, and he's voted for Republicans twice. Yeah, it's like that's back it up. Don't just say, oh, he voted for Trump.
But that's the sad reality with the commercial. Their commercial, and that's the one I laugh at, right? And I see my wife. I said, look at this commercial. I said that yesterday to my wife. Look at this commercial. He voted for Trump twice. I'm like, shit, maybe we should vote for this guy then. But that is a fear factor they have with us.
Even if Trump were to come back in and him to start promoting his version of civility or law and order, how would that even affect California if we still have our governor that does the bullshit they do?
It doesn't affect it like how it would with the governor, but what it does is it sends a message to like mayors, to other council people, to this, because when it comes down to it, politicians, the majority of them have yellow. What are they? Yellow back there. They got no back, there, bro. Right? So
I hate to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you know what? Maybe it's so freaking hard to try and get that change on that level. But recently, what I've seen, I think in the city of Stockton, they recently had like 180 people get either arrested, and their cars were impounded from doing that fucking that shit they do in the middle of the street.
For sure.
And so that obviously must have happened from behalf of whoever that mayor is or the sheriff. So that's they operated like that.
It happens when people get tired of it.
California is.
Yeah, when people get tired of it, that's when it happens. All right, brother.
Maybe it's all just on a more local level.
Well, it starts at a local level, but once you get a president in there that's more conservative, the rest of the country starts going a little more conservative because the other politicians are saying, "Hey, man, they're swinging this way." The crowd, the politicians in office just go the way the crowd goes. If the crowd's cheering, oh shit, we gotta go a little more this way, and that's exactly what's going on. Hey, my man, I appreciate the phone call. I got a comment to get to. Turn the comment down real quick. Let me bang on this guy real quick. Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, there you go, my man from Street TV. Give him a shot. Give him a couple shots right here, Chris.
Oh, shots.
What?
Bang him.
Hey, what's up, Alonzo? So here goes, Alonzo. He said, it doesn't matter who is elected because the same problem will continue to exist regardless of Democrat or Republican. Been hearing these debates since I was a kid in the 1980s, and politicians do nada. First of all, Alonzo, your ass don't vote, fool. So your word don't count right now. And I'm busting your balls, but you have publicly said that he doesn't vote. So when I hear people talk that shit, they always say they don't vote. But this,
elections have consequences.
Yes, but this is what it is, Alex. Let me see. This is what it is, Alex. It does matter who the president is, or it matters what the climate of America is. You were around in the 90s, homie. I was in jail in the 90s. I know what happened. They started 3-strike laws. Why? Because people finally got sick and tired over the craziness that was going on. And we had this conversation when I told you that if Gascon gets elected, that LA is going to become much worse. But Alex will sit there and tell me, the statistics tell me that. No, that's
the news told me.
I come to the hood. I see the graffiti. I see the homies getting shot. We've had this conversation. I invited you to come on, but you're too scared to have this conversation, homie. But nah, Alex, hey, homie, this is another invite. This will be a perfect time. Let me know when you want to pull up, Alex.
Hey,
shout out to Street TV.
No te vayas tan lejos, bro. Like, look at 4 years ago and tell me it don't matter.
Right. Yeah. For sure. Caller. Who's this?
Thanks for taking my call.
What's up, Alex?
Hey, I don't think I would ever vote Republican because they're the only party that are bringing up ending birthright citizenship, which is, for a third generation Mexican American like myself, it is kind of scary. They could deport even myself. They could deport my parents, even my grandparents, or even, future generations of mine.
That's a scare tactic. That's a scare tactic of one or two dumbass Republicans that will sit there and try to put that out there. But I don't see that ever getting passed. It's almost like saying, like a Republican coming and saying, I will never vote for a Democrat because all Democrats want to take your guns away and have everybody give abortions, this and that. Me, I'm pro-choice, bro. I'm like, you know what? If it's a sin and all that, well, let God deal with it, because Republicans have no problem bombing people and killing a bunch of babies all over the country. So don't sit here now and tell me, oh, we love the kids, because once the kids are born, then you don't want to get them well for anything else. So there's a double-edged sword, but you can't get caught on one small thing and say, oh, they all think that way. I don't think it is.
Yeah, you can't generalize.
Yeah, exactly.
The biggest ones are saying that, like Trump is saying that he wants to end birthright citizenship. Vivek is saying that he wants to end birthright citizenship. So these policies, they go from top down.
But you wouldn't be grandfathered in. Like if you're a citizen, they wouldn't just leave you alone because you're a citizen already.
Yeah, for sure. They're talking about like people coming in here. They're talking about this. Like in Anaheim, I don't know if they obviously don't have it. They got busted. They had Chinese people coming on vacation 8-9 months pregnant, going to these places. The whole hotel was set up for this. They would come in, have the baby, go back. Just for that baby. That's how important it is for people to be citizens. And all these pendejos, ay, que no, que esto, que...
It's racist.
Que eres muy gringo, que pendejo. Your grandpa came over here, your mom came over here, busted their ass, went through all kind of shit just to get to this country to live the American lifestyle and the American dream. But pendejos who are spoiled, oh, no, muy this and that. Go back to Mexico talking that. They'll be like, this fucking pocho fool. You ain't that.
Would you ever vote for RFK, either of you? And I think we are pretty close to an immigration bill. The only thing that's missing is something for the dreamers and a pathway to citizenship.
We're not even touching the immigration bill right now. We're not even close to touching that immigration bill. That is not passing no way, no how right now until this border gets shut down.
Yeah, I think those are the things that are missing, though, until the border gets shut down. Yeah, but a lot of Republicans do represent corporations that benefit off cheap labor.
They all do.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree that
corporations are the Fortune 500 companies that we either need to boycott, or me personally, I'm going to take out my money out of the banks and credit unions until something changes on the illegal immigration
Alex,
issue.
You're also the guy that says you're not going to pay taxes, fool.
No, I'm going to write off taxes. I'm going to donate to churches. I'm going to donate
to American Cholo, fool. We're a nonprofit player. All right, Alex, I appreciate the phone call, my man.
He's right. A lot of Republicans are open borders.
No, well, that's
unless you have the MAGA variety.
Yeah, that's the problem with passing a bill. There is no immigration reform going to happen until the border gets shut down.
Yeah, it's such a big factor. Like they've made it so bad to where now people like Vivek and Trump are having to say, you know what, we got to end birthright citizenship. Like they're gonna have to overcorrect. Like you would have never heard a politician get on TV and say, we're gonna start the largest mass deportation operation in history as soon as I get back in. Like nobody would run on that because it's so risky to say, we're gonna deport them all. You know what I mean? But
you can't deport them all.
Yeah. Like to literally say we're gonna deport them all. Like we're gonna have to go in and do. And it's like they done made it so bad to where they haven't now saying like, we're gonna have to deport a lot of people.
OG Tony with the Blazer. What's up, Tony?
Hey, did I win the sweepstakes? I heard you guys were giving out money to the unsober.
To the unsober.
Now you got full news coming in here, fool. What's going on, Tony?
Nothing. For wanted to call and shout out my homie, the Paletero Man.
That's right.
Paletero Man.
That's right.
That's not my song, bro. That's not my song. No, it's not.
Yours was the.
I'm the. Go ahead.
The Tamalero Man. Hey, on the MP3 Rocket, it said Chingo Bling when I downloaded it.
Yeah, because it's really ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown, and he was embarrassed, so he just let people run with my name, and then I get blamed for those songs. ODM,
get out of here.
I swear to God,
that's a good one.
I swear to God, it's ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown. He was on the radio in Riverside, California, and he bit my style, and he ran with my whole shebang.
I thought that was you the whole time.
Exactly, and he never claimed his music.
Hey, fool, I would claim that shit if I was you. Fuck.
I mean, you know,
Fuck ODM, homie.
it don't sound like me. He and I have already had this discussion. I'm like, bro, claim your songs.
Oh.
And it's like, nah, man, that's my radio thing. I'm not, okay. That's not LSOB right now.
So everybody thinks it's you.
A lot of people, but every time somebody uploads.
I'm gonna make a confession, fool. I voted for Biden, dog. Regretted it, dog. And now that I'm hearing more insight, and I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I like you, fool, is because you tell it how it is, fool. Us as Raza, we shouldn't have to hear it así bonito. We need to hear it how it is, dog.
Right.
And I know you got a lot of flack, fool, when you were like, hey, Trump this, Trump that, and but now that I'm hearing, you're influenced, dog, on the Raza, fool. So like, I'm sure this is an eye opener. You letting us know what it is to look into policy and not just the personality of the guy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dog. When 2024 comes, I'm voting for that. I'm not voting for that old ass.
Let's see if they let him run, man. They're throwing everything at that man.
They are, fool. They
Todos,
are.
700 years in prison, a la verga.
Hey, but that's...
Come on, dog. If they're letting the felons vote, they should let them fools run too, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, he can run, homie. Trompito will be running the country from Cell Block 8, homeboy. Nothing major.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm good with that.
Trump's going to be on indicted TV with Negra, fool, in a few years.
On the yarda.
All right, Tony.
Hey, I gotta go. I gotta start getting these trucks ready for tomorrow.
All right, brother. Late.
All right.
Shit. All right, so let's see if we can take another phone call or two. We got another segment coming on right now. But hey, what's up with what's in it, man? I see the homie's doing real good stuff out there in Texas, man. Mexican OT, brother.
Yeah.
That's for doing it, bro.
Yeah, his name always comes up in my interviews. Like, hit Trump. I'll come home from an interview. My wife's like, how'd it go? Like, man, they want to know about Mexican OT and Donald Trump. No, he's doing really well. He's like super blowing up.
To me, he's one of the guys that, I mean, I don't know what you would need to say you're mainstream. I mean, what do you
very
think?
talented. I mean, he's making a lot of noise.
What makes you mainstream, man?
What make an artist mainstream?
Yeah, what makes a rap artist they could say, hey, he's mainstream.
I guess there's different ways to look at it, but like, I mean, if you got a song out that's just making a whole bunch of noise, that right there makes you a household.
You got one with the babies, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Caller, who's this?
Calling from Dallas, Texas, big dog.
Woo, Dick from Texas. What's up, Rick?
Yeah. Nah, I just want to shout out that boy, Chingo, man, the tamale kingpin, man. Tell the colleague to get it right, the one before.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I just want to share something, man. A little story, man. Growing up, I remember my aunt passed away, and she used to sell tamales at the car. She used to tell me, mijo, diles que si quieren tamales. And I used to be a little bit shy, and then whenever he came out, making it for the people,
cool.
that shit was cool,
Yeah.
That, hey, man, selling tamales at the trunk, man, that shit really made me really realize, that we have a lot of family out here really just trying to come out here and get it going and trying to get money, man, and trying to do it the right way. He made that shit fly for us. So,
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that, everybody has their own opinions, and I'm a Trump supporter. I'm from Dallas, Texas, big dog. And he did a lot of stuff for the Raza. Like, he was the first one to come out with the cowboy boots, with the rapping, with the grills and the cowboy hats. And a lot of people don't give him credit for that. And I just want to let it be known that he was the first one to do that, man. And, there's a difference between Chicanos and Mexican Americans, and to me, I fall in the middle. I'm the first generation born here in the United States from both my families, So, he really had a voice for us that are Mexicanos, Americanos, first generation, and shout out to him. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, homie.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, my dad used to sell tamales at work, and then they made fun of him. They put a sign on his toolbox. They put Pedro el Tamalero.
No.
He se agüitó, and then he was like, "Man, I'm out the game." But like you just said, bro. Like just real quick before I hand it back over to Gil. But when I first when I got into the rap game, I knew that. For Mexicans, I knew that our food and our culture was such a big thing in people's minds at the forefront that I knew I had to kind of make it part of my thing, because no matter what, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Mexican, oh yeah, tacos,"
Right.
And you're over here like trying to rap about something else.
Nah, man, but you know what, man? That's a good thing, man. I was proud. I felt happy. I felt strong when we did that. And another thing, man, my wife, she follows you and your wife in Cafecito Time. And we want to know, man, she sent a message, man. We're going to tune in, man, on Who Stocks Big Dog. Is that coming through or what?
Is what coming through?
podcast over there. Who stars?
Oh, so yeah. Tomorrow.
There it is, player.
Already, man. We're going to be tuning in, big dog, and much love, man.
For sure. Thank you.
Hey, what's up, Chingo Bling? I follow you and your wife.
I'm going to tell my wife that she got some followers out there in D-Town.
That's right.
Yeah, we do, man, for sure, man. Nothing but love. God bless you, my brother. And Gil, shout out to you, man. I fuck with you too, big dog.
Thank you, homie.
Love from Texas, dog.
That's right, bro. I appreciate the phone call, but man. All right, I'm gonna that's dope, fool. That's dope to hear that. I didn't know that about your father, but that's those are the growing pains, huh?
Yeah.
But you took over, carnal.
I kept it going.
No, but this is what we're doing over here, homie. We're over here having these are tough conversations for a lot of people to have, because they just don't want to have them, then they can't take the criticism or whatnot. But like I said, we do it because we care, carnal.
Yeah.
And everybody in the comments section, Matt, all you got to do is leave a comment below, have a real conversation about this, get the dialogue going, because a lot of times when it comes to raza, we don't. We sit back. We're in the back of the bus while everybody's driving, homie. We're at the little kids table where everybody's at the big table. Yeah. And what I'm trying to do here is get us a voice at the big table, homie.
And props to Gil, because he does a lot here locally in his community. And if anything, that should inspire myself and everybody watching. Like, what could we do more within our, 5, 10, 15-mile radius? Like, what can we do more in our community to, just get more involved and be more vocal as to, it affects us firsthand.
For sure, homie. And with that, Chingo, I want to thank you so much for coming on again, my man, for calling out of nowhere. We made it happen, homeboy. But let them know where your shows are going to be at. Yeah. I mean, go support the stuff.
Yeah, I'm headed to the Brea Improv right after this, so y'all pull up. And we have Burbank Flappers Comedy Club on Saturday.
All right, there you go. Burbank Flappers and La Brea. What's the La Brea one?
Brea Improv tonight.
Improv tonight. All right, people. With that, players, you guys know what it is. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And with that, we're out, man. We got full news coming next.